global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
The strength of the judiciary is fast fading away, considering a lot of disobedience to court orders and court judgment that we have seen fairly recently at the local government level, at the state level, even at the federal level. The parties, talking about political parties, they are not left out. Now, fairly recently, there was a court judgment hoisting out Tony Okocha, who is the CTC chairman of APC in Rivers State, and empowering or reinstating Emeka Beke, who was the duly elected chairman of APC in Rivers State. But shockingly, today, it was amazing to note that the national leadership had empowered Okocha to immediately commence the process of Congress from the ward to the state level in October. And this did not go well with the executive of Emeka Beke, as they stepped out to lambast the National Working Committee of the party, warning that what they are doing will constitute a great cog in the wheels of the progress of the party. They also insisted that the danger signal is incalculable and has the potency to scare away investors, as no business or investment can strive in an atmosphere bereaved of the rule of law. Now, all of this was said by the person of Darlington Nwaoju, who is the spokesperson of the party in Rivers State, and he argued that no individual or group of individuals has a right under the law to act, save or represent the APC Rivers State chapter without the express approval of the validly elected executives of the party under Emeka Beke. This was his statement in part. He says, "We must say without equivocation that activities of the current National Working Committee are constituting a great cog in the wheels of progress for our great party, and communicates a rather taciturn posture to the party cohesion while debasing pluralism of thought and encouraging dissent. Nigerians are invited to peruse the entire 48-page judgment delivered by Justice S.H. Apricot in suit number PHC/CA/3592/2023. For the sake of emphasis, the suit in question was instituted on behalf of aggrieved members of the State Executive Committee by the Secretary of the Rivers State chapter of the APC and not the chairman. We are aware of suit number PHC/CA/925/2023, which was handled by Justice D.S. Cure of the Rivers State High Court, and the decision of that court, which was a vacation court, to suspend 2 officers of our party via an ex parte order, and that this has since elapsed with the effusion of time, which is 14 days, unless we are now saying that an ex parte order can be modified like the Egyptian pharaohs and preserved as part of our own political tourist attraction. It is quite amazing that in the past few days, Nigerians have been freely served with dishes full of inconsistent stories about the major beneficiaries of the illegality foisted on the party in Rivers State. One Tony Okocha, who is one breath on national television, referred to a ruling delivered by Honorable Justice S.H. Apricot as procured judgment, but in another breath, whack in his tail. Over the ruling delivered by Justice D.S. Cure of the Rivers State High Court, April 2023, and P.O. Lifo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, August 2024, both judges entertained matters sitting as vacation judges, and the hoisted illegal caretaker committee chairman has not come out to tell Nigerians why these judges sat as vacation judges and deliver ruling which serves his desperate political agenda of balkanizing the APC in Rivers State and poisoning it with the PDAPC cancerous virus. We condemn this obvious national embarrassment on our party and plead with members of our National Working Committee to guide themselves properly by getting very neutral interpretation and digesting the judgment of August 12, 2024, as this is the only existing judgment anyway in Nigeria. For me, this is not shocking, and I know for so many other persons, this is not shocking. It's commonplace in Nigeria right now. People choose the court judgment they obey, court orders that they obey. And I think judiciary needs to sit back and revisit this alongside the executive, bringing in the security operatives as those who, in the case of disobedience, they can move in, to ensure that their court orders are being respected. Imagine whereby court orders or court judgment are being selected. They will select the ones to obey, select the ones they don't have to obey. It's everywhere. And I've always been saying this, that one of the things one must be very careful about is the fact that when you start something, you have left an antecedent of that particular thing. You may think that your high-handedness will not be copied by others, but give it time. You will see the list of the people you least expected will follow your footsteps. And as at that point, you won't even have anything to say. Why? Because that had always been the way you have been behaving. And that is what is happening in Nigeria. We have seen cases whereby people are asked to, imagine in Edo State, what happened? The Supreme Court came up with a court verdict that the deputy governor should be reinstated immediately, or I think the appeal court also. They came up that the deputy governor should go back, Shuaibu should go back to his office as the deputy governor. And the deputy governor there, who was being appointed, should be kicked out. But shockingly, the state government said, if you are dealing with Shuaibu, you are dealing with him by yourself. We don't have anything to do with, as far as we are concerned, he's not a deputy governor in Edo State. Right now, I don't even know if the guy will receive his monthly stipend. From all indication, I don't think he will receive it, because they will give reasons why they don't have to pay him. Possibly when a new government comes on board, there will be a court case in that regards, and they will now pay him backlog of it, which means he can't even run the show as a deputy governor in the state. This is what we are facing, and it is because of the high-handedness of some people, which when the court case was in their favor, they will obey. But the one that is not in their favor, they will not obey, and it keep continuing. Now it has spanned to a lower level. In our very eyes, we will see individuals whereby they will tell them court order to vacate a particular premise for a particular position and to leave a particular state. They will decline and nothing will happen. It's a matter of cash. Very soon, possibly they will buy over our so-called security guys, and before you know, you can take people down. They won't do anything about it. It's getting so bad. And at this point, I think the judiciary needs to have a meeting. A meeting, it shouldn't just be a normal meeting. The president should be there alongside all the state governors with the ministers also. And that issue should be raised. Why would we come up with judgment as the third arm of government in charge of interpretation of the law, and people are not obeying it? Not even that he had gone further to, appeal the case. There is no evidence to that point that he has appealed the case. He just promised to appeal the case. But he's still sitting there. Still sitting there as, the chairman of the party. And unfortunately, this is a CTC chairman, which already the constitution does not regard anything CTC. If you must keep a CTC, speedily you must, conduct election and kick out that person and, bring in the right person. But that is what we have grown to see, and we have to live by it. It's as bad as that. I hope that, the APC National Working Committee should see beyond today, because tomorrow you may be out of that seat and you grow old. Somebody will follow your footstep and will nail you in such a way that you will begin to cry. Mine wasn't as worse as this. Don't forget that the glory of the later house will always be greater than that of the former, which means what happened in the future must always base what happened in the past. So if you have overstepped your bounds and in terms of disobeying the judiciary, another person will come that will do the worst. And before you know, Nigeria will be tagged as a country practicing dictatorial democracy. I would like to leave it there. Let's be in our comment section and talk more on this.
Global happenings today.